Welcome to the February edition of Northeast Journal. I'm your host, Joe Cullen. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll go behind the scenes of a play in White Bear Lake. We'll meet the new program coordinator at the White Bear Senior Center, and we'll dive into some icy waters for the polar bear plunge. All that and more is straight ahead on Northeast Journal. Hello everyone, and welcome to the February edition of Northeast Journal. I'm your host, Joe Cullen. Every month on Northeast Journal, we give you an inside look at the people and places that make up the northeast section of the Twin Cities. The White Bear Lake High School Theater Department has a long record of excellence. We recently stopped by a rehearsal for their latest one-act play. Making a classic seem fresh. That was the goal for White Bear High School Theater Director David Hansel with his staging of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
I think for me, it's a story that has always stayed with me, and I think it's a really important part of our American heritage. Before Washington Irving wrote the sketchbook, which has The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and Rip Van Winkle, you know, early America was really looking to Europe for their literature, and it's a piece of literature that I think is forgotten, and the way that it's sort of fallen in the slippery slope of pop culture is we think of like the Tim Burton movie, which has like the name and nothing else related. So that literary heritage is really important.
Hansel believes strongly in letting his students take ownership over a production.
And I also was looking for a piece that was a big ensemble piece that could involve a lot of students. And it's a piece that's really flexible that can work with the strengths and the personalities of the students.
The students are thrilled to have so much responsibility in every aspect of the play.
I'm really excited about it. It's been a lot of fun because the students, we've gotten to participate a lot and like help. Instead of the director just saying, here's what you need to do, let's do it, he's let us make decisions for ourselves and kind of say, hey, we should totally do this, it'd be great. And it's been a lot of fun to kind of create it together.
This show has been different than any other show I've done because of the way we build the scenes and the way we work out each individual part. Instead of just being told what to do and where to go in a scene, this time David has us actually be involved in the process of making the show. And so he'll tell us specific things he wants in the show and in that specific scene, but then he won't tell us exactly how to do it. And it'll be all a suggestion process, and we'll raise our hands. Literally everyone has been involved in a scene and created it together. So honestly, this show is different than any other one because if it was a different group of kids, it would be completely different than it is now.
The students performed The Legend of Sleepy Hollow 3 times in one evening at North Campus to get ready to try to qualify for the state one-act play contest. Senior Lexi Anfang likes their chances.
I think we have a really strong theater program at White Bear, and I know last year we were 1 point away from making it to state, which was really disappointing, but at the same time it was really awesome to show that we are still a very strong program. The year before we did make it to state, so I think we have a good chance.
Those attending the performances at North Campus were encouraged to donate books that will then be distributed to elementary schools in the district. Another exciting event was recently held in White Bear Lake. This one was a little chillier, though, than being inside to see a play. Producer Mary Klein and photographer Jeffrey Wilson braved the elements to attend this year's polar bear plunge.
We're going to have almost 2,000 people jumping into the freezing cold waters, so we're preparing today to get everything ready.
We were cutting a hole for the polar plunge for the Special Olympics and that there. And these guys contracted us to come down because we know how to cut ice and come down and cut them a hole.
What's kind of funny about it is it takes us about 3 days to set up for a plunge like this, and it takes us about 4 hours to tear it down, you know. So it's kind of interesting in that respect. But we do it because we do it for the right reason. It's for the athletes of Special Olympics Minnesota.
So law enforcement has always been a great supporter of Special Olympics. It's a great thing, a community event. It's fun, people are upbeat. It's just it's a great experience. Way too cold though.
It's cold. It's cold. This is the worst part, is walking to the bus. And the water's fine.
It was a goal of ours this year to go completely under the water, as to kind of half jumping in there. And we did that. And jumping in, I don't know if they'll disagree, I don't think is as bad as just the steps up the ladder is when it really, really hits you. And we felt like the kid in Christmas Story grabbing the pole with your hand to get out. Now we're gonna, if we weren't on the fire department, we would have called the fire department to get us unstuck, so yeah.
Then you're standing on the platform and it's like, well, you can't back out now. But yeah, jumping in the water, you come out, and I was definitely, this year I was definitely doing one of the
Well, we're braving it with hats and mittens and snowsuits on. They're braving it in the water with swimsuits, so I'm not feeling too bad for us.
And I just see these crazy people jumping into the water, so this is so cool.
This is our first polar plunge, so we're polar plunging!
This particular cause, I suffer, but I think it's worth it. I think Special Olympics is just a, just a great program.
Even if you haven't plunged into an ice-cold lake, this has still been a frigid winter. Most people know to take the proper precautions with hats, gloves, and mittens, but what's the protocol for keeping our four-legged friends warm? Producer Mary Klein and photographer Jeff Melcock set out to find the answers.
Common sense really needs to rule. If you're uncomfortable being outside, there's a good chance your dog, and we're talking about dogs primarily, there's a really good chance that your dog is uncomfortable as well.
It's been a cold winter with sub-zero temperatures hitting last month and causing schools to shut down for several days. With air temperatures that low, exposed skin can become frostbitten in 5 minutes. And like humans, our pets can suffer from hypothermia and frostbite.
We definitely have seen oftentimes cats that come in that have been strays for a period of time where they've lost their ear tips. They've lost their ear tips to frostbite. It's like someone losing a fingertip to frostbite. So it definitely can happen. That's a risk for an animal that's left outside too long, just like it would be for a person.
How long your pet can stay outdoors depends on their activity level and their coats. Larger dogs built for the cold can withstand longer periods outside, and for Arctic breeds or water dogs, the colder the better.
If your dog is like mine and loves coming to the dog park no matter how low the temperature drops, you may have discovered he also loves to pick up and eat, something another dog has left behind.
There's definitely the potential for him to contract intestinal parasites by doing that. Why do dogs do that? It's an age-old problem. I think there's a combination of they unfortunately just like the flavor, they like the taste. I always thought nature had taken care of that, but apparently not. And I think there's an aspect of play. You'll see some dogs that will grab these frozen stools and they'll toss them and play them and roll on them.
Another danger to pets is antifreeze, which contains a chemical called ethylene glycol. It has a sweet flavor that appeals to dogs and children. Make sure to clean up all spills and store the product out of reach. Even a small amount can cause kidney failure. Salt on sidewalks can irritate paws, so wash and dry them after they've been outside. And finally, pets rely on humans to care for them, so when their owners fail, it's our responsibility to help them.
It's one of those things that I think people worry about. What's it going to do to change your relations with your neighbors and things like that, and so everybody has to make individual judgments, but there certainly are circumstances where reporting them is warranted in the best interest of the animal.
It's time for a short break. We'll be right back with more of Northeast Journal in just a minute.
Heroes come from small towns.
Our heroes from across the upper Midwest are coming home from wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Only now, some have a new battle to fight: unemployment. Hello, I'm Rocky Lynn, co-founder of Tribute to the Troops.
I'm Sergeant Dejan Farrell.
And I'm Captain Ron Jarvie. A survey of our troops serving overseas found 25% say employment is a major concern for them as they come home.
Right now, the unemployment rate for today's veteran is 12%. That's twice the average of others living here in the Heartland.
These service members learn quickly. They've experience with advanced technology and demonstrate teamwork, discipline, and leadership under difficult circumstances.
This year, Tribute to the Troops, the Armed Forces, and the Upper Midwest Emmy Chapter are asking you to hire our today's veterans. Employers, you've seen what these veterans have done for their country. Think what they can do for your business.
To hire today's veteran, visit positivelyminnesota.com/veterans.
Heroes come from small towns.
Welcome back to Northeast Journal. I'm now joined by the new Adult Programs Coordinator of the White Bear Area Senior Center, Andrea Wildman Halal. Andrea, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And you didn't have too far to travel.
No.
The Senior Center and Early Childhood area is just basically right across the parking lot from us here. And,
Yep.
and before we get into too much about the Senior Center and the senior program, can you give us a little bit of your background? How did you, get to this position to work with the senior program?
Yeah, I actually started in the school district 8 years ago as the Adult Enrichment Coordinator, and then I went ahead and got a master's degree in Leadership and Education. So it kind of evolved, and then they combined my position with the senior program position, and now I get to focus on the adults in the White Bear Lake Area School District.
And now this was all after Barb Green retired, I presume?
Yep, Barb Green did retire this summer, so I started there in July.
And she used to be in charge over there. We've had her in the same spot before and
Yep.
Interviewed her over the years, various things going on at the Senior Center. And what exactly is the White Bear Area Senior Program?
It is a wide variety of things. The center itself has activities going on every day, from bridge to Wii bowling to woodworking, and any type of program you can come up with, it seems we have, card playing. And then we also do Meals on Wheels every day. And we also have the Lion Mobile, which is transportation for anybody over the age of 60 in the school district.
Oh, great. And I can certainly attest that it seems to stay busy over there. As I said, we basically are just right across the parking lot from you guys, and it often looks very busy over there. It seems like there's always something going on.
We do, and I'm even trying to get it more busy.
Mm-hmm.
So part of my goal over there is to offer more adult classes, not just the groups that are going on, but offering like iPad classes for seniors. So I'm trying to create some more opportunities there.
I'm sure things always need to evolve, not only just to stay fresh for the people there and for your staff, but also just as technologies change and different things change, that they maybe want to keep up with their grandkids and kind of the next generation.
Yep, and I would love for more people to stop by. So I'm trying to gear towards younger, mature adults as well as the very senior population.
Yeah, is there kind of a cutoff? I mean, if somebody's 55, they can come? Or,
yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I believe it's 55 and up can join our program.
Do you think there's any kind of resistance? I mean, I know some people, obviously, the minute they turn 55, maybe they're getting AARP things in the mail.
Yes.
They maybe are trying to shy away from that, but I'm sure if they just took a look over there and saw what's happening, they'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah, they would, and that's why I want to offer more classes that are geared towards anybody. Any adult of any age can actually come to those classes in particular. So yeah, I would like to get as many people in the door as possible. We also offer the AARP Smart Driver classes, which are for 55 and up, so we do get a big group of people who are 55 and up that do attend classes over there.
And I know just from working here, we do quite a bit of work with the White Bear Lake Police and Fire Departments. It seems like they have offerings over there from time to time as well.
Oh, the police department?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some safety classes that they have done. There's some online safety classes. And I try to get them in whenever we can.
Yeah, that's great. And so what exactly is your role then as the adult programs coordinator? Like is there a typical day for you? Is it always kind of changing?
It is. I just said that to somebody today. I have 4 very different things that I'm doing today. I'm doing an interview today. I'm working with CLASS, which is another senior services consortium group. I have an advisory committee that I'm working with right now to help find the needs of the seniors in the community, and they're helping guide me. I also run all the adult enrichment classes for the school district, so when that brochure comes out, there's probably around 80 classes in there just for adults to attend. I put together all those classes. I also am in charge of the building supervisors for the school district that help with the evening activities. So yeah, and that's so wonderful to have variety in my day.
Well, I'm sure, yeah, just that brochure takes up a lot of time. We just got that within the last week or two and looked through it, and yeah, it seems like every year there's more things being offered in there, and there's always a variety. Some ones I've seen before, ones that are brand new, and always a lot of interesting looking things that a person can take.
Yeah, my goal is always 30% new each brochure. So it does take a lot of work, but I really enjoy doing that.
Great. Now, do you need volunteers over there to help out?
Oh, always. Even this morning we were trying to get one more Meals on Wheels driver. So we are in need of Meals on Wheels drivers. We have office assistants that help in the front. Currently we have around 300 volunteers, but we do need more. So please contact us if you are interested.
Now, volunteers, I mean, are you looking for senior volunteers, or could it be, you know, somebody who's in their 20s or 30s, just anyone who's looking to help out?
You know, we do focus on the older adults that come in and volunteer.
Okay. But even Meals on Wheels, is it usually a little older?
It can be anybody, but it is an older group. But yeah, anybody of any age can help with Meals on Wheels.
Yeah, if somebody was wanting to help, you're probably not going to turn them away.
No, no, and we have around 90 clients right now that we're serving in Meals on Wheels, so we would appreciate any more drivers that we could get.
I'm sure this is an important time of year when it can get so cold out, and you know these people aren't going to probably be venturing out to get their meals. They really count on it.
Yes, they do, and I am also working on being able to provide some sort of meal boxes in case of getting canceled on a cold day, so we'd be able to deliver a day ahead, just some non-perishable food items to get them through a couple days. So that's my latest project.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Now, is there an opportunity for people to donate money as well if they're interested, if they maybe can't donate their time, or in addition to donating their time, if they want to help out the senior program?
Yeah, we do. We welcome any type of donation people can give. Around $30 does provide enough meals for 1 week for Meals on Wheels. So yeah, and we do sustain on donations.
Now, is there any interaction, you know, between the seniors and, you know, this whole program is part of the White Bear Area School District, and I know you kind of share the building there with the Early Education Center. Is there interaction there, or even within the schools here in the district?
Yeah, well, right now I'm working on helping getting more Reading Buddies volunteers from the senior program, and anybody else that's interested for Birch Lake Elementary, actually. So yeah, we are trying to interact with students of all ages.
And I know sometimes I've actually used the playground area out there quite a bit since I work over here, and I have a young son, so it's been plenty of times we've played over there, and a lot of times I'll see seniors come and going. They seem to enjoy watching the kids or sitting on the benches, and so there seems to be kind of a nice interaction between the generations.
And I do think we'll end up doing some more intergenerational programming between the two programs, but that is going to be coming up in the future too.
So it sounds like you have no shortage of things to keep you busy right now.
No, it's great.
Yeah, like I said, we always see a lot of activity over there, and it's just anytime I've been over there, we've done stories over the years. It's just fun. It's such a vibrant community. It's not, you know, people just kind of sitting around doing nothing. There's always a lot of things going on, and I know you have that kind of craft area over there as well.
The craft corner. We have around 100 people that are consignees that bring in their crafts, and you can come in between 11 and 3 Monday through Friday to see what kind of crafts to purchase. I'm looking for baby blankets right now, so I'm going to probably get one of those today. I mean, it's wonderful.
Yeah, there's some great stuff. A few years ago, had done a story on some bunco players there, and while my photographer was shooting, I just kind of wandered over there and spent a lot of time looking around at all the great items. Like I said, it'd be great for gifts, or definitely some unique, you know, just kind of handmade items that you're not going to find elsewhere.
I've bought many for Christmas presents, so yes.
Great. Well, if people are interested in either, you know, taking a class or something over at the senior center, or volunteering or donating, is there, you know, a website or something that they should go to for information?
You can go to www.whitebearcommunityservices.org or www.whitebearareaseniorprogram.org.
Okay. And for people who aren't familiar, you're located just right off of County Road F, right?
Yep, right next to here at County Road F and Bel Air.
Okay, great. So yeah, it's an exciting area if they're to come to. They can see our building. There's a really nice playground. There's the senior center, early childhood. So there's a lot of activity in this little area of White Bear Lake.
There is.
Well, Andrea, I want to thank you so much and wish you the best of luck in the future with the White Bear Area Senior Program. And I'm sure we'll be over there, hopefully covering some of the things you're offering.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. And it's time for a short break. We'll be right back with more of Northeast Journal in just a minute.
Hey Greg, what are you doing in the bushes?
Oh, nothing, just doing some bird watching, yeah.
You know, this doesn't seem like such a great place for bird watching.
All right, I was just trying to get a look inside my city hall. I don't know any other way to get information.
Greg, you're such a silly man. You don't have to be a creepy spy. Why don't you just watch GTN?
GTN?
Yeah, GTN, the Government Television Network. It's on cable channel 16. They got a ton of information of everything that's going on in the 12 different communities in the northeast suburbs of Ramsey and Washington County.
No kidding. So you mean I can get all this information by watching channel 16 at my own home?
You better believe it, and they've got all their shows on their website too. That's gtn.org.
Wow, I should go check out channel 16 right away.
Hey, what are you guys doing over there? Government Television Network. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/GTN16.
Welcome back to Northeast Journal. It's been a brutally cold winter in Minnesota. We thought we'd dip into our vaults to show you a story we did when the weather was a bit warmer. Here's a look at the River Valley Riders.
We're a therapeutic horseback riding and carriage driving program for people with special needs.
Joan Berg is the executive director of the River Valley Riders and owns many of the horses that are used for the therapy. She's a special needs teacher by day, and it was through that job she discovered that many of her students benefited from being around horses.
So the horse is an amazing animal. At first I thought of them as a tool because they work great with tight muscles. They work great if kids are going to try and hold on to reins, and you get that feedback right there. But more than a tool, they're a companion, and they have a way to elicit responses that I just can't do, and success.
A wide variety of people come out to ride the horses every week. Karen Hargis's son, Austin, is on the autism spectrum and has shown great gains from the horse therapy.
When he's on the horse, a totally different kid. There's a sense of calmness about him. He can catch one-handed, and standing on the ground he can't catch with two hands. So it's brought a lot of good things out in him. His speech is there, his social capabilities have gotten better.
I do different kind of activities and stuff, and do like trailer riding, like go over the place.
Christy Cargill's daughter Emily is one of the youngest riders at 5 years old. She's already a seasoned veteran of the River Valley Riders, and Christy says the therapy is helping Emily's multiple needs, including low muscle tone.
And she's just happy when she's on here. When the horse is moving at a good pace, her head control gets better, and she tends to sit up and look around.
Lisa Selly's son Christian has autism, and she's seen his confidence grow each time he rides one of the horses.
Well, the first benefit that you can see is right when he's on the horse, his posture just improves. He sits so nice and straight, and he's so natural on the horse. And strengthening his core muscles, like abdomen and back, are one of the things that we need to work on with him because he has low muscle tone. And also, he just can pay attention a lot better when he's on the horse.
Berg is always around horses, whether with the River Valley Riders or at her farm. But even she admits it can be a mystery as to why horses can help with so many conditions.
Well, what's interesting is that you're up really high, And I remember riding one time down our road, realizing there was a pond, because I saw some really beautiful white geese on this pond. I never even saw that pond when I walked that road. So you see things that you don't see when you're up on that horse. And you can see farther, you're taller than everybody else. I don't know, it's empowering.
Berg is a blur of activity on riding nights, making sure all of her volunteers are in place and that all of the riders are having fun. She hears many success stories each week from the parents in attendance.
I'll hear that the rider is sleeping better. I'll hear that the rider the next day at school is in a better mood, or possibly they're chatting more on the way home.
River Valley Riders offers therapy in 3 locations: Lake Elmo, Scandia, and East Farmington, Wisconsin. They're currently raising money to add a site in Afton as well. The season lasts from April to October, which causes many of the riders to miss the horses during the winter.
Oh, he can't wait. In the wintertime, he's already saying, Mom, when do we start horseback riding? When do we start horseback riding? He can't wait to come back. So if we could go year-round, oh, that would be the world to him.
To learn more about the River Valley Riders, visit their website at www.rivervalleyriders.org. That's all we have time for. Thanks for watching, and please join us again next month for another edition of Northeast Journal.